Good evening, everybody. Yesenia here, or Coach JJ. I'm here tonight. I'm gonna be making my first video ever. I'm gonna be teaching you a recipe of my creation. I'm gonna be making a homemade spaghetti sauce. I'm gonna be making a whole dish. I'm gonna be making a linguine, whole wheat linguine with turkey meatballs. This is 21 Day Fix approved, meal approved, but it's my own recipe. I'm gonna be combining a lot of flavors and seasonings and stuff, but don't worry about it. Everything is gonna be Fix approved, and I'm gonna start showing you the recipe for the spaghetti sauce. So you don't have to worry about preservatives or chemicals or nothing. So give me 1 second so I can show you my recipe. I have it written down, so 1 second please. This is the recipe, like as you can see. I'm gonna be reading the ingredients, and I'm gonna show you all the ingredients here because I have everything fresh and pre-cut everything here. It's spaghetti sauce, and of course it's my name, Yesenia CJ. I'm gonna be using 4 organic tomatoes. I'm gonna be using roasted red peppers, 1/3 of basil, garlic, red onion, spinach, thyme, oregano, avocado oil or grapeseed oil. This time I'm going to be using grapeseed oil, Himalayan salt, fennel, and a splash of balsamic vinegar. That's the recipe, and once again it's my own recipe. So let's start. Let's start with the spaghetti sauce first. All the ingredients are here, as you can see. And what you see here, before we start, and so I can put them in the freezer again, these are the turkey meatballs, and the recipe that I'm using for the turkey meatballs is the recipe that you can see and find on the eating plan booklet from the 21 Day Fix meal plan or book. Here I follow the steps one by one. It's here. I used like a half pound of lean turkey, and I came up with about 28 to 30 meatballs. So that's really awesome because now I'm gonna be able to freeze them. If you ask me, 5 meatballs is a serving, or 1 red, and I'm making 5 meatballs right now there because it's only me, it's only 1 person here in my house. And if I don't have to, I don't eat reheated meals. So this is only for tonight, so that's what I'm gonna be making. And for the pasta, what I'm gonna be using, like I said, is whole wheat linguine, and I'm cooking it already. It's only for me, and it's gonna be 1 yellow, so that's in the stove already. So while that's being made, I'm gonna be showing you all the steps for the sauce. Let's start here. So first I'm gonna have 4 tomatoes, like I said on the recipe. I'm gonna cut them. You don't have to worry about how big or how small you cut them because I'm gonna use the hand blender afterwards. So you don't have to worry about how big or how small they are. Cut. So that's 1. gonna set these two aside because I want to make sure that I'm not gonna have any problems with the bowl that I'm using today. So I'm gonna add these 2 tomatoes at the end. Okay? So I don't have any problems with the rest of the sauce. The next thing I'm gonna add is the roasted bell pepper, like I show you. I'm gonna add this to the bowl here. Hope you can see there. So it is half of a jar of roasted red bell peppers. Then I'm gonna add 1/3 cup of basil, fresh basil leaves here. Then I'm gonna add 3 garlic cloves because I like garlic a lot. And don't worry about it because it's gonna make a lot of sauce. So I'm gonna be able to save a lot of sauce for later. So it's not gonna have a lot of garlic flavor, so don't worry about it. After that, I'm gonna add the onion. It's 1/4 of the onion. I'm gonna cut it a little bit more so I can separate it. And I can add it to the bowl there. Then I'm gonna add the spinach, and the spinach is gonna be 1/3 of a cup here, and I'm gonna use 1/3 of a cup, and I'm gonna add the spinach there. See? That's it. A little bit more there. Then I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of thyme, and this is the thyme, and this is the teaspoon, the small one, the smallest one. Don't get confused because sometimes I get confused with the teaspoon and the tablespoon, and it's gonna be a lot if you use a tablespoon instead of a teaspoon. So that was the thyme. Then I have oregano. Same thing with the oregano. It's gonna be only 1 teaspoon of oregano. Okay. Yes, I'm gonna put a little bit more of 1 teaspoon because the way I'm pouring it in there, but it's okay. Because like I said, I'm gonna be making a lot. So there you go. That was the oregano. Now I have the grapeseed oil. And for the grapeseed oil, I'm gonna have 1 teaspoon, the big one. Well, I mean 1 tablespoon, sorry, the big one. Like I said, you can use avocado oil, olive oil, coconut oil, but this time I'm using grapeseed oil. Can you see? Yes. Grapeseed oil is really good. Then I'm gonna add a pinch of Himalayan salt, or to taste, so a pinch is just like that. And the last herb or spice that I'm gonna use is fennel. Fennel seed, if you can find it fresh, of course it's better. Everything fresh is better. So if you can find it fresh, just use it fresh. This time I wasn't able to find it fresh, but when I can find it fresh, I'll use it fresh. Always go for fresh. Then the last thing that I'm gonna add is a splash of balsamic vinegar. Balsamic vinegar is really good. Then something that I didn't put on the recipe, but I'm gonna add it after I'm done here. I'm gonna add a little bit of parsley, fresh parsley. It's really good to add that Hispanic or Latino flavor to the recipe. This sauce is gonna be really good. If you need a little bit of liquid, you can just add some water, but I'm gonna test it first, how I have it right now, to see how it comes out. Remember, I have only 2 tomatoes there right now, but I'm gonna add more, okay? So this is the hand blender that I use. It's really good. So I'm just gonna blend everything together here. I am back. I am almost done blending these. I don't know if you can see it there. I haven't added any liquid at all, but remember that the tomato is basically water when you're blending it. I haven't added the rest of the tomatoes, and I'm gonna add them now. Remember, I only put 2 tomatoes at the beginning, so I'm gonna add the other 2 now. And I'm gonna finish blending this to see what's the finished result or the end result. Here is the sauce. As you can see, it's very liquidy. I left a couple of chunks of tomato there because I want to be able to taste the tomato and to be able to grab the pieces of tomato with my spoon when I'm eating it. So now I'm gonna move here over my stove to finish my spaghetti or my linguine with meatballs. The spaghetti, the pasta is ready, and the meatballs are ready also. So now I'm gonna pour the sauce that I want over the meatballs here, so it can cook together. I like the color and the consistency of the sauce. But while I'm doing this, or while I'm making this, I want to tell you a secret. Just in case this is the first time that you're following me, or the first time that you see what I'm doing, what I'm making. This is the first time that I'm making this, okay? I came up with the recipe today while I was laying on the hammock outside my patio, like in my patio, reading some books, some John Maxwell books. I came up with the recipe today, and I was like, let me try this. And that's how I do with all my recipes and with all the food that I make. I don't practice, I don't rehearse. No, this is whatever comes out, comes out. So let's see what comes out. I think that the sauce is really good. Let me taste it. It looks really good, so let's see. And it tastes really good. Remember that I put 3 garlic cloves there? It doesn't taste like garlic at all. It tastes basil. It tastes very like basil, but I like it because that's what I like when I'm tasting spaghetti sauce, that it has that flavor. Now I'm gonna put some Parmesan cheese on my pasta also, and I'm measuring it with my blue container here. So be back. Now I'm mixing everything together here on the stove, and I'm ready to put it on the plate for presentation. But for the presentation, I'm gonna take a picture and then I'm gonna show you the picture. I'm gonna add some parsley for decoration, but I'll show it to you later. This is the end result of my linguine pasta with homemade spaghetti sauce and